My mother has told me many stories of the trip over, which was very difficult. But she said she and the family kept their spirit of optimism.
And the Ferris wheel started, and it went up. And when it got to the top, we looked out, and we could see the ocean.
And finally, they were through with the inspection at Ellis Island and on the ferry to Manhattan.
But all of a sudden, the Ferris wheel jerked to a halt. And we soon understood why. It's because the motor was on fire.
You can imagine the excitement as they approached the New York skyline.
We could see the flames jumping up from the Ferris wheel motor, higher and higher. I've never ridden the Ferris wheel since then.
I will speak on behalf of all of us immigrants to say thank you for the American dream.
Hi, my name is Johnny Cash.
Tell you a little about myself. First of all, I was born in a cabin I helped my father build.
Mommy says, Jeffrey, change that shirt. So he walks on into the living room, takes his shirt and twists it around. So the back was in the front. And he just walks back through the kitchen. Mommy says, oh, okay, go play.
And then I kept right on begging and yelling, so loudly, in fact, that you couldn't hear a brass band play even if it crawled right up inside your ear.
Comes back in later. Mommy says, Jeffrey, go change your shirt again. So he went in the other room. He took his shirt off, turned it wrong side out, and put it on.
They were screaming at the top of their lungs, the Vikings are coming! The Vikings are coming!
So he goes on outside and for the fourth time comes in. Mommy says, Jeffrey, can't you keep your shirt clean for just a moment?
Vera May was astonished. He was perkier in death than he ever had been in life. I mean, he was heel and toeing it. He was snapping his finger bones. He was slapping his thigh bones. He was spinning on his heel bones. And when he spun around, why, bing, a little rib bone fell off.
So he peeked out of the hollow, and all he could see was dark, shadowy figures until they raised their heads and howled, no, screamed all together at the moon.
Then he heard it. Coming down the road closer and closer, it was the sound of footfall, the approach of the three big men. The man in the front was 6 feet tall. The man in the middle was... The man in the end was 9 feet tall.
People back then, in his time, they really had to work hard to survive. They wasn't none of this sweet, frilly love going on. In fact, my granny told me that when my papa proposed to her, you know how he give her the big question? You want to be buried with my people? Well, let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, 'cause I got them deep river blues. And right as the preacher jumped off the communion table and said, the Spirit will make you do amazing things, I looked at Clyde, and he had that wild look in his eye like he's about to make a face. His upper teeth separated from the roof of his mouth. And he crossed his eyes, and them teeth was just a jittering outside of his mouth. And he clopped them things back in there just as quick as you could blink. And my eyes were that big around. And I look over at my buddy Nathan, and he's doing this. And you could tell his eyes were tearing and watering up. He said, I just ain't got enough of the Spirit. I said I got them deep river blues.
30 years ago, I decided to do mime. I fell in love with mime. And you may ask, why mime? Because I fell in love with it. Isn't that good enough? And then one day I decided to mix mime and acting, and people start calling me storyteller. But mime is way more than this. What mime really is about using your body to tell stories with. Wow! You must be my mama. And that bird immediately thought it was a chicken because it was surrounded by them. This is what storytelling is all about. It's about building community. Really, it's an amazing thing. You cannot have a relationship with anybody in the world unless you've taken time to listen to their stories. Thank you for coming. Without you, I wouldn't be here telling stories. I need you to tell stories.